mic test. We got a mic test in the house. Mic test. Your beige Buick has its lights on. Please attend to your car. Mic test, please cut off your lights. All right. Let's see if we can't transition on in and see how this works. How's that audio? Sounds okay. I hear music. I hear voice. Listen to that Onilab growl. Okay. I think we're here. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Checking the levels here on the screen. I'm at minus 15 decibels, but I'm kind of on the edge of the yellow for the voice. Music's about 10 decibels underneath. What's going on? Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to another paint stream here on Country Fried Minis. This is the Bullshit Corner 2.0, and I am Cameron, presenting on behalf of the Biscuit community. Tonight we're going to get back in on these here fellers, these autobots in disguise as battle mechs, and get some work on them. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome another Nate, and welcome Jason. Good to see y'all in hit again. It warms my heart that y'all find this fun enough to keep coming back. Been a little busy this week, doing multiple episodes to get this done. I don't think we'll do the really intense day after day streaming daily thing unless we're working on a commission. I mean, I ain't got nothing but time though, really. Not until school starts. Mike has testes unless we're talking about girl, but yes, Mike was tested and he came back negative for any of them foul diseases. Okay, so we recall from last time we started about dropped old Optimus in the paint there. We started doing the highlighting business, so I think that's what we're going to focus on tonight. I'm actually kind of thinking, oh, come on, there we go. I'm thinking we can start doing the metallics on these lads. I think maybe I need to finish the blue highlights here and do a second layer on the sharpest bits. So we'll do that first, and then we'll bust back out our duraluminum and get rolling on that. I think that is where we're going. Let me set this chat to all chat so I'm not filtering out some stuff, and we can get rolling. Actually, first, I need to rehydrate the wet palette. I mistakenly left the lid off this thing all night long. Which I do sometimes. Whenever I hit the end of a project, I always like to let the wet palette dry out completely and do away with any mildew buildup. But if you're painting 2 days in a row and you're using the same color and you let your wet palette dry out, then you end up with well dried out paint. I could maybe save some of that blue. I don't think so though. Let's just lift that up like that and do it this way. Work harder, not smarter. I mean, work farter, not harder. Okay, there we go. Nice and wet. And absorb this excess. And I think what we're going to start out with here, I'm going to try to match this color and then add a little more turquoise into it. So I think to do so, biscuits, welcome, welcome, TechnoRTN. Indeed, biscuits. Biscuits are here because this is a biscuit-based place. For those of you who don't know, TechnoRTN has been streaming through a remake of, what's it called? A Link to the Past? No. Link's Adventure. Zelda 2. Zelda 2 has been remade by a modern developer with some serious quality of life improvements that make it actually playable. And damn does it look fun. And difficult, but fun. Brutal, even. Zelda 2, yeah. Yeah, so check it out. If you ain't seen it already, you can see a playthrough of that game on the VODs, I guess you'd call them. The VODs here on his channel. As well as, what are we looking at? One more stream to get through the end. I've been enjoying it immensely. I always found that those style of games are a little too difficult for me, but that's because I am not skilled at video games. Not in the least. Okay, so we're starting with a little bit of our turquoise and just a little dollop here of the Calidor Sky. And it looks like I may have pushed it a little too far. That looks about the same color as this. So I think what we'll do is put down another drop of the turquoise right next to it, and then we can take our 6th round. Make sure to lick it a few times. You know how it goes. Yeah, I may stream tonight sometimes near the end of your stream. Gonna tie up loose ends and tackle that last dungeon, hopefully. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, you've got one more dungeon before the big bad, if I recall correctly. One more item. It has been brutal, those last few. Alright, so we're feeding back in a little bit of Calidor Sky into our turquoise. Well, feeding the 50-50 mix of the Calidor Sky into our turquoise, because I think the turquoise is going to be too bright of a highlight. That looks good. That looks noticeably brighter than the last tone. And we're going to do the same as we did for the red and just use this in a few spots to really boost up those edge highlights. Let me get this camera what's the words I'm looking for? A little more focused in. How is that? Not great. Maybe just zooming in is the way. I find that the 90-degree field of view is a little better for visibility, or for autofocus, I should say. So I just zoom in with it, and that's the beauty of the 4K. Why I was so excited to switch to 4K, because you know you can stream in 4K and then zoom in on your footage without losing fidelity. I know this because I film my videos in 4K and can zoom in on them. Jason Smith coming in with biscuits for the class. Yes. Let's see, we got bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage and egg. Is that a steak biscuit? A steak biscuit and some chicken? Oh, yes. I like biscuits. Even as a vegan. Okay, so I think tonight we can go a little faster now that we've done like the preliminary work, if you will. just gonna blast through as quick as we can and try to make the most of our time. Because again, I know I've touched on it a few times, but this is definitely a consideration to make while doing commission work. Like it's not hourly work, but you're talking work that does take hours to do, and you don't want to hurt your wallet too much, because time is money, and I ain't got much of either. Just want to cut a few corners here and there, and really evoke that good enough is good enough mentality without sacrificing too much quality for your client. So here, as I'm putting this second edge highlight on, I'm just trying to focus on the sharpest corners, the most upward facing edges. More or less, I think I mentioned before, just give it a quick glance, and where your eyes hit is where you should put these highlights. Don't think about it too much. If you got to think, oh, does this spot need a second layer? No, it doesn't. If you have to think about it, it is not on the agenda. And heck, these areas, I said these and this at the same time. These areas are below the intended focal point of the model. Like you really want to concentrate your highlight density towards the face and the chest and the shoulders, just where your eyes are going to hit the model, especially considering the way I'm going to do the grime wash later. So the grime will be a little more concentrated towards the lower extremities of the model. The feet and legs will get a little more of that grime wash. Yeah. So we're just going to hit a few of these edges here and kind of accentuate the work we've done before, but not really spend a lot of time on it. Just some food for thought in your own projects. And honestly, if you're working on like a large collection of models, like a skirmish force or a small army, it's really good to have that kind of same mentality, even if it's not for commission work. About to start some panel lining on that CFM Atlas. Oh hell yeah, I'm excited to see it. I need to paint one myself. Vegan biscuits are super easy, just use butter flavor Crisco. Oh hell yeah. My mom has figured out biscuits really well, so anytime I'm back east visiting, she hooks me up with really solid vegan breakfast food. Comstar Night 36 in with a woohoo made it. Happy Friday, yes, and a happy Friday to you, good sir. Getting a little progress in. Just back at the edge highlighting, edging these models. It's important. You get a nice finish that way. Between edging and rimming, this stream space is getting a little bit yummy. All right, and maybe one more right across the top here. There we go. Not much, just a little here and there. I think with that we can switch over to the metallics. And this is one of those controversial things I do right here, is that I'm just risking the integrity of my wet palette here with a little bit of metallics on it. And you know, I was actually sitting here thinking of switching to that other metallic. Where'd I set it? Is it all the way over there still? It might be. So the metallics are a little dark here, I think. Just a bit. I think we want like a cartoony, bright feel. So it's going to use gunmetal from Army Painter, but instead we could do duralumin. I think that's a little better. Ah, yes. This is very separated out. Well, howdy, Spencer Good. Welcome. Welcome. Sod 9. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, indeed. Caught a stream over there on Sod 9's channel as well, right before the stream. Right before this stream. Doing a little more clopping around in Tarkov. Good to see the fellas hitting the streams. I'm super hype on streams lately. YouTube is a happy place for streaming. Surveillance Wizard, the L's in your name trip me up really bad. Surveillance Wizard, in with a evening, fellas. Evening indeed. Welcome back to this here silly place where we shove things in our wobbly pink mouth. Let's hit the bottom of it too. Hit it from both ends. Oh, I thought I broke it for a second there. Ayo, the jiggle mouth, yeah. Yes, indeed. MX Mini doing good work for us. Get your own MX Mini on youtube.com/ some random link that takes you to amazon.org. No, it's on Amazon for, what was it? We were talking about it in chat last night. Like $39, $40. I kind of was thinking that at first that they're a waste of money and a bit bourgeois. But no, they're absolutely worth having in your collection. They help. Okay. Let's get out our duraluminum and a 2-round brush and start putting on this here fantastic color. I don't know if any of y'all have experienced painting with the Vallejo Air Colors, metal color airbrush colors. They kind of flow like a contrast paint. But man, they have exquisite coverage. The only downside is they really separate like extremely fast. So you'll get like a few good strokes, and then you gotta stop and stir it up a bit. You know, catch your breath and slow down. Don't want to get too sloppy too quick. But we're gonna take our number 2 and spread it all over the surface of this model. It's $39.99. Yes, thank you much, Jason. I think you know, someone mentioned something about affiliate links in the Discord recently. I think I will try to get some set up and point folks towards these supplies that I like to use. I got that fruit fly just now. There's another one though. They've been tormenting me lately. I think I mentioned before that I live directly above a little grocer, and their like produce section is directly under my apartment. So fruit flies are a non-stop issue. So much so that I get those hover flies in here from time to time, the ones that predate on fruit flies. It's kind of nuts, but that's okay. All right, so we did 2 exhausts, and we've already got to kind of stir this up. It's just worth remembering while working with this stuff, stop and stir it. You'll have a better time with it. I mean, it seems like that would be inconvenient, but it really, like, the time that you save working with this stuff more than balances it out. Honestly, when your metallics go on in one smooth coat and then it's done, it's pretty fantastic. What am I looking for? How about this one brush? There we go. There's a one. This one is actually clotted up really bad with contrast, so we're going to do my favorite little alcohol trick. Just get that red out of there. Get it right out. Also want to mention that I have been working behind the scenes to try and get a little readout on the screen, a little now playing progress bar and visualizer for the music, and it is turning out to be a one hell of a production to do that. I'm having to download a bunch of album art, metallics that go on in one cut. That sounds like some heresy. Yeah, I would say it is indeed heresy. Not to mention, it's Vallejo, so I think you're starting from a place of heresy to begin with by not using GW products. Yes, but there are other producers besides GW. Who'd have thought? And check this out. My silver is already separated out in the time it took to do that. So there is a downside to this stuff. Just got to give it a little stir, get the flakes back well distributed, and then we can get rolling again. Just looking for like all our weapon like emitters. I don't know what you'd call this. The housing, the lens housing for your lasers. We want those silver. We want, I think we want the face silver. It makes the most sense to me. It's kind of like a gray color on the art, but I think this silver will hit that roll. There's another laser housing on the face here, so we'll do that. And make sure to get some all over the surface of the model that shouldn't be there. And we'll use our brush to tongue action and clean up our little mistake. Maybe we should start breeding dragonflies to counter the fruit flies. Oh my god. You know, if I thought the fruit flies were annoying, dragonflies flitting about in this room would be a nightmare. Okay. A little bit of silver there, a little bit of silver here. I think we're going to put some silver in these vents on the side of the head as well. And for that, I need a tighter brush. Let's use this 20-0 and just do a little bit of thread in the needle there. And on the other side as well. Okay, looking good. Ola brother, random convos with Cassie. Welcome to the stream. Howdy, howdy. Hope things are going well for you. Getting a little more painting done tonight. This commission has been insisting on a daily grind just so I can get it done in a quick fashion. Our mechs are based on Transformers, so kind of fun. Kind of a super fun project for both folks who are fans of Transformers and battletech. Dragonfly larvae are apex predators in the water. They're crazy. I have seen this. They are insane. But I mean, dragonflies, adult dragonflies are also kind of apex predators, or not? Are they not? Don't they like consume copious amounts of mosquitoes and eat them while flying at high speed? I seem to remember that. Okay, so Nightbot has consistently delivered nothing but I just saw a comment disappear. I just saw a comment disappear and did not see it. So whoever that was, I did not see your comment. During the Second World War, German tank drivers would drive their vehicles over camel droppings thinking it would bring them good luck. Yeah, exactly. Fat lot of good that did indeed. That is also yet another repeat fact from Did I make the mistake of trying to stream on the wrong day? Hold on, I'm testing it right now. I'm running the test, running the speed test. Come on. Coming back. Coming back. I'll be right there. I promise I'll be right there. Okay, it looks good. Looking good. Numbers look good. I don't know what that hiccup was all about. Unfortunately, I have to go over to the other side of the room to test that. The Great Insect War transpires while he paints. Yes, indeed. Nice, we can creep his dirty house. Oh yeah, did you see the so I set up here, let me get out of the way here. I set up a table to play the old battletech recently, and I have still not cleaned any of it up. All I've been focused on is I get up, I prep for the stream, I watch streams, then I stream, and then I finish and cook some dinner and watch more streams and then go to bed. So, yes, that was a little gift to you, Nathan. You can indeed creep the dirty house. It's not as bad as it has been at times. I tend to tolerate a certain amount of clutter before I motivate myself to get up and deal with it, which I should probably work on. But hey, you know, sometimes I just want to throw my empty bottles of bubble water in the floor and leave them there for like 4 days. Because I am a slob. Yeah. Okay, so making some progress here. We're picking out all these little metallic bits. Anywhere that kind of strikes me as crying out for a little bit of metallics, we're gonna hit that. Like these little round cylindrical doohickeys on the torso here. Any vents or jump jets or laser housings, all that good stuff. They're gonna go silver. Smiles in FAP. Gross. I've seen worse. I have seen much worse. My kitchen's fairly clean. I only let the dirty dishes pile up for about a day before I clean them up. Okay. So it looks like this grasshopper has a whole bunch of these, like, I don't know what you'd call them. Piston heads? Pneumatic cylinders or whatever sticking up out of it here and there. We're gonna hit those up. Get them silvered up. How's that? Is that focusing worth a damn? I mean, okay-ish. That's just, you know, that's where we live for the focus now. I've got to wonder if there's like an optimized driver out there, a third-party driver for using a webcam for small subjects. Gotta be. Saw 9 says, my house needs some major love. Yeah. Well, it's not spring yet. So, you know, you got a little time to live messy before spring cleaning comes around. I just sprayed silver all over me. All over you. Yes. Try to clean my hands here so I don't get that all over the model. All right, continuamos. And we're going to switch back to our 2-round and start filling in fun little details like maybe a second coat where the silver looks a little thin. We'll hit these jump jet vents on the back. Just trying to get a nice, solid, and quick coat of this color on our model. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Fine. A lot of that, if you got a little bit of, a tiny bit of spillover, will get cleaned up with the grime wash later. So, you know, just focusing on getting the color on there is more important. I see that it just don't want to focus. It's a little frustrating at times, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I am wondering if I were to get a black cutting mat without a bunch of markings on it, and then also paint while wearing black gloves, if it would help with the contrast enough to you know, show the model off in proper detail. Terrible focus. Yeah, it is so terrible. Also, welcome Sandhill. It is very frustrating at times. I could boost the sharpness like I did before a little further. Here, let's try that actually. Let's try that. Let's try it. We're going to go to image adjustments, and then we're just going to crank that sharpness all the way up. That seems to be the go-to solution for folks having focus issues with the Brio. Yeah. Just like, you know, I've mentioned it before. I did a whole bunch of research about the Brio. Great camera. Super nice color depth, image fidelity, all that good stuff. But it appears that it wants to focus on faces. It wants to, you know, be used as a webcam rather than focusing on small stuff like a little model like this. Another Nate, gonna paint your Yoo-hoo gold. Gold? Yeah, I could do that, but that goes on the Country Fried OnlyFans. Not here. It's too much for YouTube. Zach P says, looking great. Yeah, we're coming along pretty swimmingly, I think. These little metallic details are the point that, like, it starts to look more like a battle mech proper, as opposed to just a one-to-one imitation of the Transformer. So let's go down to a smaller brush again. We're gonna use this one. I've got to wonder at this point how many of the licks, how many of the brush licks are excuse me. How many of the brush licks are compulsive? How many of them are for my pleasure, and how many of them are just for y'all? I almost feel like it's an even distribution of those three categories at this point. I don't really know. Okay. So I've hit a bit of a dilemma here as well. I need to think about what color the Autobot symbol is going to be for all these mechs. Do they all have an Autobot symbol? I don't think Bumblebee does. Bumblebee does not. Who's this guy? Jetfire? Jetfire does right in the center. And this Lord's Lad does as well. I kind of want to do a matching color on them. Let's reference the art really quick. Let's go into the old Discord. Or maybe even the original order on Fiverr. And I should be able to roll this back to some reference material. I know there is some. There's definitely some in here. Oh well, it's easier to find in the Discord. Or I say that, and I think it was in the 3D printing section, if I recall correctly. Okay, yes. So I guess what's kind of bugging me here is Optimus just has a white outline of the symbol. I'm not really 100% sure how we could do that. Shit, I'm gonna try something. And worst case scenario, we'll just have to paint over it again. So if I could find my blood red again, we're gonna put a little bit on this of this blood red onto the Autobot symbol. They should all have the symbol. Bumblebee's is on his head. I don't... No, it's not there. If it is, it's in small enough... It's small enough to not show up. I might try to freehand one right in the center, or I could do a little red spot to kind of sell the idea. In some cases silver, but yeah, mostly red. What I think I'm going to try to do here, and this might not work, so I'll probably have to end up painting over this. I'm just going to take a little bit of our previous red color and make sure our Autobot symbol is red. And then when that dries, I'm going to take some Liquitex white ink and thin it down and try to get it to adhere to those corners in a capillary action. I think the Bumblebee one is super small, might be too small to see. Yeah, I think, well, that's just, it does kind of look like there might be one right there on the forehead that is just too small to pick out the detail. So I think I can get away with, if I go red on all of them and just do like a red dot right here, and it'll sell the effect. Which is kind of the same thing you're doing anyways when freehanding. When freehanding symbols on mechs, you want to reduce the symbols down to kind of their constituent parts and then paint on shapes that evoke the idea rather than going for a ton of accuracy. Okay, so I think we can get away with that much silver on Optimus. No, we want to do these cab lights in silver, I think, as well. So let's hit those real quick. Ooh, the vibe change on this music. I like it. I don't know if we've heard this one on stream before. It is dark. Okay, yeah. Let's move on to the next one. Technical paint for the lasers. I did indeed pick up the technical paints. I'm happy to try them out. I've never tried them. But the client has requested Waystone Green, Spirit Stone Red, and Soulstone Blue. So as part of the work expenses, I went ahead and added all 3 of these to my collection. So I can try them out going forward. Never used them, but I think I've got an idea of how they're supposed to work. But if I were to want to print some stuff to paint, what color should I go for? Gray? I don't think it matters what color you go for, because you're going to want to prime them anyways. Hit them with a can of Rust-Oleum 2X. And if you're not sure as to what color you'd want to start with, just go with a gray primer. You can't go wrong with it, really. All right, so let's get Big Boy. Let's get his symbol all redded out, in rouged. I'm having flashbacks to the production of Octavia. Okay, we'll do that. And then this lad should also get a red symbol. Though what I wanted to do, I wanted to do some gray on this one as well. Where is my Mechanicum Silver? Mechanicum Gray, I mean. We'll just use this medium sea gray. So the art for Jetfire has the cockpit of the Super Valkyrie, or whatever it is, painted gray. So I wanted to get this bit right here painted in gray. I hope that's focusing all right. It's really not. It's just struggling, man. It's struggling. It sucks that it struggles so bad with the focus. So let's hit that with the gray. Let's hit that with the gray, and then we'll let that dry and then put the red over top of it. Yeah. Looking all right. All right. There was from the Shatterglass universe, it'd be purple because the Autobots are the bad guys in the world. Yeah, red and purple. Either way, material color will only really matters if you plan for it to be seen. Primer will determine base color. Yeah, exactly. I really like them for using lasers. In regards to the technicals, gives a super simple glow effect with no effort. Excellent. Didn't know if that still showed through in regards to material color. Yeah, no, you want to cover it entirely anyways. If you're going to paint over top, you want a nice toothsome surface for your paints to bond to. Love this track. Yeah, I like this one too. I wish I could tell you which one it is, but I'm still working on getting the a little readout in the upper right corner that shows what the track is running. A can of filling or putty primer will erase layer lines. I'm so scared of using that stuff on FDM prints, but then again, if you want a detailed model, you're going to want a resin printer anyways. Unless you scale it up large enough to kind of compensate for the layer lines. That said, I'd wager your bamboo will be able to handle 0.05 millimeters for your layers, and that's what these are printed in. These are 0.05. I don't have a high-end printer. I just it's a frozen Sonic Mini, the original, not even the 4K or the HD or whatever they have now. It's good enough. I mean, sure, you can see layer lines, especially when you like regard these super up close, or especially when you're filming them in like macro scale. But at this range right here, like my head to the model here, not even a problem. I've printed models in 0.02 as well, and you do get a noticeable difference, but it's not, I don't think it's super necessary. And it adds so much print time to the models, it's absurd. More than doubles it. Go from printing a model in 4 hours to taking like 8 to 12. Seems like focus last night was much better. Yeah, I think... Let me try something here. I could maybe bring in the field of view and get a little closer to the model even, and it might be a little better that way. Let's try. This way, at least when it's focused, you can see what's going on. I think I'm also like moving things around a lot, and the autofocus is kind of quick for this. We're back into that like sharpness fried situation. Yeah, Sandhill, it's tough. It's tough to try and get this webcam to focus. I know in the long run, the proper solution to really improve the quality of the streams is going to be casting this with a DSLR. That's just, nothing beats that for fidelity. It's just a very expensive upgrade. I have a DSLR that does not have the servo assisted autofocus. So like anytime I need it to change its focal depth and its focus point, I have to stop and hit the button and then check it, and it just doesn't work. The next serious upgrade to the stream and filming in general is going to be a Canon M50 Mark II, which is a really nice mirrorless DSLR that will accept the lenses I already own and has the servo assisted autofocus, which will be great. It'll be unparalleled when we start streaming with that bad boy. But we're talking like $400 for the body. I've been wanting to try my hand at some prop stuff like helmets and whatever, neat game, movie weapons and such. Yeah. I think that'll be super fun. And the beauty of large scale stuff is you don't have to, like the closer to 1-to-1 scale your props are, the less you have to force the highlights. So if you think about it, if this mech here, or this one with the highlights is a better example. If this were actual size, you could just paint it a solid color and the sunlight, the natural light will do all the shading for you. The smaller you make your model, the more you have to like force the highlights, create the effect that the sunlight would be doing. It looks great. Looks really good, to be honest. DSLR will heat up with live video like this. Mirrorless is where you want to land with the camera, I think. Yeah, exactly. More excellent. Lots of less searching for focus. Okay, yeah. I think getting it zoomed in helps a lot. Although I'm losing a little bit of overall image quality because I've got the field of view so choked in. It's at 65% FOV, or 65 degree, excuse me, which is a really neat feature. Unfortunately, yeah, my experience with streaming to the webcam is just a whole lot of fighting against the autofocus. Which, man, it really sucks, because what I want in a webcam is autofocus like my phone has, basically. with image tracking or object tracking and all that. Cell phone sensors for cameras are really good. I'm very surprised that there's not a dedicated product out there for miniature painting streamers that functions basically like the sensor in my Note 9. That's what I'd really like. Nightbot dropping a reminder in the chat to come on over to the Countrified Discord and share your work. We'd love to see you over there. We're a very friendly group of folks. We talk about all kinds of stuff, and there's room for a little bit of everything. Whether you're looking to talk battletech or Infinity the game, or show off your NSFW pinup models, talk about video games, whatever strikes your fancy, there's a little bit of room for everybody. Plus, we have biscuits. So follow the link in the chat if you're here live and not a member already, or if you're checking this through the algorithm, get the link from the description down below. We'd love to have you over there. It's a fun little community. Plus, we do voice hangouts post-stream. I like to kind of unwind and chat with folks about what they got going on in their lives and on their hobby desks. Nightbot also coming through with a bit of trivia with another factoid for y'all, saying that the Bagheera kiplingi spider was discovered in the 1800s and the only species of spiders that has been classified as vegetarian. That seems a little far-fetched. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I don't know if I believe this, Nightbot. And I'm about to fact-check you, homie. I'm about to fact-check you hard. What is that? Bagheera kiplingi. Like Rudyard Kipling. So it's a Jungle Book reference, right? Bagheera kiplingi spider. Bagheera kiplingi. Let's pull up its wiki page. Bagheera kiplingi. All right. It is a pretty little thing. It is a pretty little spider. Species of jumping spider in Central America. Notable for its peculiar diet, which is mostly herbivorous. No other known species of omnivorous spider has such a markedly herbivorous diet. Okay. It consumes mimosa, and it eats the protein and fat-rich nubs called Beltian bodies. Interesting. Detachable tips of the mimosa. So there's a species of spider that eats the tips off of mimosas. Alright. Alright, Nightbot. Point to you. Talking about vegetarian spiders. Interesting that it is named after Jungle Book references while it's a Central American spider. Oh my god, I got silver paint all over my yellow. No, that's fine. I'll do the lick and lift method here. The paint tastes really bad too. But it works. It's a good method for quickly removing your mistakes. What do we got on the back end here? We got this little vent. Well, yeah, let's fix that up. We got these medium laser ports. Let's get those. Just want a kind of a rough coat. I mean, we don't need a ton of detail. If it's a little too rough, it'll get fixed up with the wash steps later. And I mean, shit. If not the wash step, then the sponge chipping. OBS likes to play this track. I think I've heard this one just about every stream. Again, I keep thinking of the fist fight scene with the animals champion in Cyberpunk 2077. What's her name? Rhino? There was a similar song playing when I did that scene. Is this the edging stream I've heard so much about? Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. I set out to do the edge work, and now we've segued into putting metallics on. Whoa, that model looks so fried. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Kind of bonkers. The extent to what I've had to go to get this camera to like develop any kind of focus. It's better though, right? Better than we started with. Just a little fried. Sharpness cranked up. Yeah. So let's keep cranking along. We are putting duraluminum on our models. Picking out all the spots that should be metallic. I think last time I was doing this, I mentioned Tuck Davion's recommendation for this, where if you decide what's going to be metallic before you start this section, it'll save you a little bit of brain power. Where'd that go? I'm kind of the other camp. I kind of decide what gets colored as my eyes fall across the model. I apply that same idea to both highlights and metallic. Like right there, I just split second decision that this here cylinder on the bottom of the autocannon should be silver. So let's do it. All right. Okay. It looks good. Laser ports are silver. This needs to be more silver, but I'm actually struggling with the coverage over yellow, surprisingly. So, God, that tastes awful. I flooded the surface and it's kind of pooling up, so I'm trying to remove it. I'm going to need to do a second coat right here. It doesn't really want to cover over the yellow very well. So, we'll let this sit off to the side for a moment and move on to the next one. Same deal. A little bit more duraluminum. What do we have? We have laser ports right here. We have some I don't really know what to go silver with this beyond like the obvious stuff like the boosters. Definitely should go silver. Again, just kind of deciding in the moment, as I let my eyes fall over the model. I'll switch to this 3.0 liner by Nick Pro. Our cheap Amazon special brushes. I think this set of brushes may have actually come from one of those Dig Bin stores I keep talking about. I definitely wouldn't buy this brand. I have a brand. Princeton Art and Brush Co. is the best brushes. I mean, sure, there's better brushes out there, but can they compete with the price point? I think not. You gonna focus there, bud? A little bit of duraluminum on all these little vents. Yes, yes. Starting to look all right. Decent, some would say. Okay, what else is crying out to be silver on this model? I should probably check the reference material. Let's pull back up. Come on now. There we go. We want to pull up this thing. I don't think there's anything on this model that's really screaming to be silver based on what I'm looking at here. Let's get rid of that. Maybe we could do these like the actuators, the exposed actuators in the leg here. Yeah, let's do that. I think it'll be a nice change of surface quality. Those will pick up the grime wash really, really well later too. I just found some Tarkov minis and they're fucking sick. I have to share one with you. Yeah. No, it's all good. Just know, if I'm streaming, there's a chance that your message will pop up as a notification while I'm showing things to stream. I do flash my phone at the stream. You're a little safer during the workflow live streams. Yeah, I'll take a peek at those afterwards. I bet they'll be super fun. We maybe think about doing a cross-promotional thing even when you get some traction on your channel. I've been meaning to paint a Stalker model anyways. Well, you know, I did back the Stalker board game. So maybe that's what would be a good time for it. Later in the year, whenever that gets done and shipped. I think they're doing some last place testing stuff. Holy shit, it's really Calixtus. Yeah. Yes it is. Good thing they didn't see that message about my explosive diarrhea. Ah, yes, they didn't see the message about it there, but now they know all about it. Gotta be careful what you eat during streams, you know. Come on, focus, friend. You gonna focus? Yes. Should I try the contrast blanket again? I think I'm gonna. Let's try the towel trick. Let's try the towel trick again. Here we go. We'll take our happy little towel and coat our work surface with a matte, flat, neutral colored thing, and then take a peek at our model then. Just caught another fruit fly, y'all. That's 2 down. Yeah, that does look a lot better, don't it? A lot better. How do we make this work? What color are this lad's fists? They're white. They're white. I kind of want to make them silver, but I think we want to stick to the art. We want to stick to the art there. So we'll do these laser emitters in silver. And then this other one. I think, so I have these actuators here painted in silver, so we could do maybe these things that kind of stick out on the sides of the torso, we'll do those in silver as well, just to break up the monotony of the white. Just give them a nice coat with our duraluminum. And same over here. Got like this roundy, detaily thing, which I have to assume is like some kind of mounting system for the booster pack. Yeah, I think that's a nice little bit of shiny in there. And then there's a few vents that will look good in silver. So let's do these intakes on the shoulders. And then there were some intakes on the legs right here. We'll do that. Ooh, can I thread the needle for that second one? Sorry if I'm out of frame, y'all. I'm trying here. I am not a trained professional, unlike certain members of the community. Those who know, you know. Alright, we got a little vent thingamabob back here that I'm going to paint. And I think that's our silver on the Jetfire. I think it's it. We can move on to Bumblebee. What's the latest on the Heroes of Might and Magic box game? Oh yeah, so I backed that as well. I think the first shipment is out. The Wave 1 small boxes are getting prioritized first, which is actually really an interesting choice on their part. So the people who just backed like the base game box and not the big giant, much more expensive Kickstarter will get theirs first. And then of course Chinese New Year comes up, so you know, production just stops entirely for an entire month before they start rolling it out. We should see them like, I don't know, summertime. Very focused, much Crips. Crips? Like the gang? Very crisp. Crisp. Look, Beats look silver in the reference. Wait, what? Beats do look silver in it. Yeah, Beats do look silver. We're going to do it. Good catch, Nate. Go white with a heavier ink wash to create more contrast. I think that will that'll come out later when we do the oil wash. Ooh, this is a good track. I like this track mucho. Me gusta. Esta canción. La música es muy yummy. I added some new tracks too. I think I expanded the music track selection by about 20 more. But I still need to set up a couple plugins on this computer and test it out and get it working. The workflow live stream will definitely have the new music visualizer, which I'm excited for. We'll be doing a workflow live stream soon. Shit, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm thinking of taking a day off. So as to, you know, relax my mind and my voice and give y'all a break from the tireless support you've been showing for the community. Clicking on these streams day after day. It's super well appreciated. I am so humbly thankful for all y'all's viewership and time. It's really awesome that you choose to come hang out over here. Whatever you're doing yourself, if you're working on some stuff after work or cooking or hobbying, whatever you got going on, thank you so much for choosing to make an evening here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0 part of your night. It means the world to me. I just splattered silver paint everywhere. It hit me in the face. I don't even know where all that went. It's just everywhere. You taking that break? We watching Transformers tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Folks, come on through to the Discord, hang out. We'll watch Transformers the movie tomorrow. Sometime. I don't know when. Same time, maybe? 6 p.m. PST? Yeah, that's... I mean, if you're amenable to that, that sounds good. I've got robots too, don't tempt me. Incredible change bots. Yes, change bots. Battleformers. Incredible change. Yes. Robots in plain sight. All right, let's continue this trend with our Bumblebee. And I think there was a reference posted for that as well, right? That might have been sent to me directly. Where's it at? Where? Damn it. Where's that at? I can just Google it. Bumblebee Transformer. Images. There we go. Alright, so this was an interesting case in that well, that's not the old junky looking one. I'm looking for this one. So we've got some silver bits on the chest. We're gonna do the face in silver. If I recall correctly, the intention here was also to dry brush silver onto the brown sections. So I think in that case, we're actually going to switch over to what's the best way to do this? Might bust out some of this here folk art metallic. I can do that. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Jason. So yeah, those of y'all who aren't members of the Country Fried Minis Discord, come on over and watch Transformers the movie tomorrow, same time. Instead of streaming, private little event for the community. Hop over in voice chat and let's watch a cool ass movie that I've never seen. I'm stoked. All right, let's get this back. Get this going on. All right, so we got our folk art sterling silver. I think that's going to be our color of choice here. Or we've got some other options. We've got metallic silver sterling and sterling silver, which I think are exactly the same color. And then we also have metallic silver sterling. So I think all three of these are exactly the same color. Holy moly. Let's try the oldest bottle of it. This bottle is absolutely 23 years old. Nightbot claims that there's a statue of Tesla in Silicon Valley that radiates free Wi-Fi. It was done as an homage to his vision for wireless communication. Jason says it's much shorter than a stream, but I have some fun Transformers related stuff that I can fill the rest of the time. Yeah, I mean, it'll turn into a nice hangout anyways. So that's fine. Oh, the frame rate is doing some fun stuff there. Oh, yeah. It's kind of fun when it's long like that, ain't it? Let's see. Let's see if this 23-year-old paint is worth a damn. Got to find out. I bet it's not. I bet it's not. Oh, wait. I'm totally wrong. This 23-year-old bottle of folk art paint still working just fine. Man, GW, you could really learn from this. Just saying. If you made good bottles, I wouldn't have to put my paint in bags. Now I do need a tiny, tiny dry brush. A very small one. Let's check the Vegenaise jar. So, shit, this is a good opportunity to show y'all kind of my brush graveyard. I think the one we want is maybe this ancient Citadel layer brush. Kinda seems right. Or you play Stompy Robot, yeah, my favorite part. Yeah, yeah, dude, it's too good. All right, let's put back down. Let's put back down the contrast cloth. Put back down our contrast cloth, and get out a little bit of silver. We're gonna really work it into the bristles here, but also remove the most of it, the majority of it, I should say. Shake it, Onilab. Yeah, extra wobbly. Oh God, that B-roll footage. Yeah, I am generally a fan of this silliness. Onilab has proven to be invaluable, and I would dare say our MX Mini is as much a character in this corner as I am, or the bullshit corner itself is. Okay, so our Bumblebee needs some very careful dry brush, some very targeted dry brushing. And we're just going to hit all these brown sections and try not to get too much of it on the yellow. And, you know, because this is kind of a really shitty low coverage paint, if we spill over a little bit, it's fine. It'll be better when we edge chip it anyways. And I'm not really like focusing an overall theme in the direction. I'm just gonna, for each individual portion, I'm gonna try to run perpendicular to the detail. I know that sometimes when you dry brush, you want to do like an overall up to down motion. But like right here, we're giving it a little back and forth. Onilab is the best non-human on the streams. Yes, Onilab. Yeah, you're probably right. I was gonna say Nightbot's pretty good, but Nightbot's really been full of it lately, hasn't she? Alright, we're going to work around all these little bits. And I don't know if y'all have tried this technique before, but like when working on anything that you want to get a nice rough metallic look, you can start from like a black or dark brown base coat and dry brush it up. I don't have it handy, but I have a bronze statue I did of Brent from Goobertown Hobbies. His model where he's running with the two cats in his arms. I did that as like a bronze or brass statue, and it's just like a chocolatey brown with a dry brush of gold over top, much in the same fashion as I'm doing right here. All right, let's hit the feet and the ankles. And then the other ankle. Excuse me. I got Dorito burps. Did y'all know the spicy sweet chili, the purple bag of Doritos, is vegan? Clip and share space. Oh no. We don't all lose our mind when Nightbot shows up. Onilab, on the other hand, yes. We do get some fun moments. Especially in a sensuous nature. Too good. Clip and share space. I'm excited. Alright, we're making a little progress here. This is actually going much faster than I thought it would. We're going to stipple right here since it's just a flat surface. Let's hit this other ankle. A little bit of dry brush action. Oh man, dry brush. Too good. Too good. Bottoms of the feet. And then of course the bottom of the feet, even if it's a little rough right now, is going to get a little extra bit of funkiness when we do that grime wash later. At the very end, we're going to hit these with a very heavy oil wash, and then you go back in and remove the oil. This might be a good stream for, not this stream, but this might be a good project to set up the like all about oil washing setup. We'll do it after the bad guys are done, and I can do an all about oil washing stream. We'll do a Q&A too. It's one of the options that YouTube lets you do. As OniLab becomes personified, yeah. It's funny though. Though I picture Nightbot as female, OniLab absolutely gender neutral. %. Not even a question. You assume OniLab's gender, you're doing it wrong. How dare you? How dare you misgender my OniLab? Fucking A, dude. Cracking up at my own jokes. There aren't even jokes. Alright. Just about got done with this here in shining of the brown. Maybe a little bit extra right here. Okay, dry brushed up. That looks crazy good compared to what it did before. The sharpness is really like increasing it on the camera here. It is a big difference. Looking great. Been checking in on the stream while in a D&D session. Whoa, that's crazy. Well, I'm honored that you would take the time and check this out while playing your D&D. I hope it's going great. I've been wanting to get back in on some PTRPG myself. Sometime soon. Might even check in with old TechnoRTN and get some fun stuff going on. The People's OniLab. You're damn right. OniLab is a crowd pleaser and can work with anyone. This is not an exclusionary character. Alright, so we're going to go back to our duraluminum. And actually, let's do a test. Let's do a side-by-side test real quick. I'm curious. Alright, so this is going to be our folk art sterling silver. Let's put a good swatch of that down. Folk art sterling silver, clocking in at about 50, 70 cents a bottle. Maybe $1 now. I haven't bought folk art in a long time. Very gray, very shiny. I don't know if I can angle it right. This surface might actually be too shiny to do that. Let's do it on the back where it's more matte. Alright, so we've got our folk art sterling silver. Got a nice sheen to it. I guess I need to let it cure before I judge a sheen. But let's do... And this is going to be our Vallejo metal color duraluminum. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that looks like exactly the same color to me. I can't really tell much of a difference. I can see that the particle size in the metal color is smaller. This looks more like there's a visible fleck to the mica or aluminum or whatever they've used in it, where this is like smaller bits that are a little more homogeneous. So some food for thought. Bulk art. Well, here's the more modern container. Bulk art sterling silver. Their 662E is a really good color match for duraluminum. Hold on a second here. Aeroflot Flight 593 crashed because the pilot let his kids fly the plane, who unknowingly disengaged the autopilot function. They crash killed everyone on board. That's effing Dark Knight. Yeah, that is indeed extremely dark. We're in a big combat, so I've been checking in during the slower moments. Listen to the stream in the background. It's been great. Really good commentary. Oh, man, it's been... Thank you for the project. I don't know what I can really say there. This is super fun, and I think it's a really nice crossover that is very interesting to the community, and I would be remiss if I did not stream every moment of these the process of painting these up. Jason Smith says, I also run a TTRPG, could be convinced to run something if I want it. If wanted. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. We'll absolutely keep that in mind. I can foresee needing to expand and offload some of the organizational stuff as we go forward. I do want to make community streams a thing. That has been a large, dream, I guess. An idea, something on the back burner for a while now. I think we're going to test out the community stream with a Dungeon Crawl Classics funnel and have people come in and play a character, and if they die, they get dismissed from the stream. But we need a pretty good bench for that. What is this track? We'll give it a chance, but I think this might be a good track to weed out. Not that I dislike the feel. Pretty sure this is an Ingrid Witt track, but this will make the second one that doesn't really have, not really what I'm going for. Is this that Calling My Father song again? It might be. I might have forgot to take it out still. And bet you I forget to deal with this again. I would not be surprised in the least. Just too much going on. I can't remember everything, you know? And Morkborg. Ooh, Morkborg, yes. Yeah, Morkborg would be really good. Morkborg would actually be a really, really good one. Because I think you're just about as fragile as a funnel character in DCC. Yeah, I think you're right. Nathan. I'm just not sure which one first. I have both the Morkborg book and a DCC module I really want to run through. I want to share my experience with a certain infamous funnel with folks. the one I was first experienced to DCC through. And having played it once as a player and then getting to go through it as a DM would be really, really good. Updates on that as it comes forward. Not really sure where we lie on that yet. It will happen. There will be a triumphant return to the TTRPG. I'm still thinking we're going to do the TTRPG Tuesday, maybe twice a month. Now, if that should be a subscriber special or like its own thing, still not really sure there. So, you know, we'll discuss it. We'll just amongst the community, right? Like, you have ideas, share them in the Discord. Send me an email. Comment down below. However you want to get in touch. Just aggressively at me. That is the way. I mean, how do you think I ended up doing collaborative stuff? I aggressively sent emails to people. That's how it works. The silver color looks really great. Yeah, it's a huge difference, right? Just a little bit there, a little bit here. You need to experience my funnel. Bugs, you say? Yes, bugs. I know what bugs you mean. All right. So we're continuing with our what is this called? Duraluminum? Yeah. Vallejo metal colored duraluminum. Just getting that on there. Starting to come along. Okay. I see some white edges that need to be filled in. Now, are there little details that need to be picked out in silver? Yeah, I think so. Our Bumblebee has some details that I kind of want to emphasize in a brighter silver. So we're going to pick out those little details. Even though we got a dry brush here, I want whatever this like bit of car is supposed to be to stand out a little more. And we're going to do the same down here on the feet with these like roundy bits. Those are going to go bright silver, just solid color instead of dry brush. That'll even add a little bit of contrast. That's what we're trying to build. All right. Now, I think we're to a point where I can maybe get back to the promised edging. Yeah, I think so. So let's get out Captain Grimlock here. Mr. Atlas Boy himself. And we're going to start with that red. I just realized that I was tapping that model on his penis. That's funny. Metal color tastes terrible, yes. As I continue to lick the hell out of the brush. Oh, it's fucking awful. Okay. If I recall correctly, we ended up just using straight Wild Rider Red to edge highlight these. And I think our Wild Rider Red is in desperate need of some stirring. Check out that thick crustiness on the inside. Like, that's still moist, but it's really, really thick. So I think this pot is deserving of a BB. It is not a BB, by the way. You know. I want to get... Oh, wait. No, that shit is done. Let's actually get rid of this. Get out our paint tweezers. and try to peel back this little problem spot that is just cured into a lump of acrylic. Thanks, GW Pots. Really good quality stuff you got there. Right in the trash with you. How about this one too? Oh yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I prefer to take my paint out of jars with a pair of tweezers. Just saying. If this paint was in a bag, I'd never have to deal with this. Just saying. Oh, that's so fucking gnarly. How has this gotten so bad? GW, why? Why, G-dubs? Why? It's fucking heinous. G-dubs modeling clay. Yeah, exactly. Fun Transformers fact from the 80s Marvel Comics. Grimlock eventually becomes the leader of the Autobots. Fun. Does his intelligence levels prove to be problematic in that endeavor? I guess you don't have to be smart to be a leader. Like one of those zit popping vids? Ew, yuck. I don't know how people enjoy those. Look, don't get me wrong. I derive immense satisfaction from whenever one of my copious bits of acne heads up and I can squeeze it out and get that nasty shit out of my face. But like watching the videos, that shit's gross. That shit's gross. All right, we want a drop of matte medium because we don't want to break down the pigment too much. We'll do one, maybe two drops. We'll do 2 drops. 1 and 2. And then we'll take our pipette with some water and we'll do 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about right. I'm making this up as I go, by the way. Squeezing infected tattoos. Yeah, that's actually the video, the very one I'm thinking about, and the immense amount of stuff that come out of it. I've actually I've gone through and had a really bad tattoo infection, and it was not fun. It left me with nasty scars and a bunch of color loss. I ended up getting MRSA from it, which was really not fun. Had to take some really aggressive antibiotics. Luckily, mine wasn't bad enough to have to be lanced. But basically, myself, my brother, and my brother-in-law all had fresh tattoos, and we were in a household with someone who was released from the hospital with MRSA because she didn't have health insurance. So we all got gnarly infections in our tattoos. It was a nightmare. Fake Transformers fact: if you put all of them into a hydraulic press, they eventually compress into Chuck Norris. Yeah. If I remember right, the Marvel comic was very different from the show. It was. Optimus gets killed in a computer game. In regards to squeezing an infected tattoo, Nathan says shit look like mud. Yuck. Doesn't a cosmically powered Starscream kill like a bunch of characters? Starscream gets godlike powers and kills off a ton of... Yeah, you both said it at the exact same time. That's funny. Oh, I can barely hold on to this thing. All right. So once again, we're gonna get our Wild Rider red. And that shit's still too thick. That shit's still too thick. Let's do another, like, I don't know, 4 drops, another 4 drops of water. Can y'all hear that? Only Lab. Only Lab. Nightbot back at it again, reminding y'all that I do commission painting. Check out the gigs on offer over at fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. It's THURSTON Studios, all one word. The gigs on offer over there are about custom battle mechs. Whether you want a big, gigantic one like my Hunchback or a custom printed lance, I can do that. I also do custom offers. And actually, while I'm here soliciting for your business and talking about big battle mechs, let me pull this focus out real quick. I promise I'll get right back to the work. I promise it's coming. It's coming just like Titania is. Let me grab the Hunchback from the Hunchback video real quick and show y'all just what you'd be getting on the XL Battle Mech on my Fiverr page. You want something like this outrageous, gigantic behemoth of a model, painted up, custom, printed out, and sent to you. Check out the offer on Fiverr, fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. I do big battle mechs. Whether you want 28mm scale, God, what's the next scale up? I do 148, 154, and 28mm scale, which is it's 15mm scale, 28mm scale, and then 1/148th scale. So yeah, check it out. I feel like the prices are very reasonable and cover shipping to your door. Comic also makes Megatron one of the most fleshed out and tragic characters of the entire cast. Interesting. Onilab will save us all. I agree. Onilab the best. Does Onilab do commissions? No. Onilab is completely under my control and purview. Onilab has no free will. Depends on what comic continuity you're talking about. The IDW run was awesome for his character. I'm thinking of printing out a Victor in 28mm scale. Not sure I'd go about painting it. I have no airbrush. So if you don't have an airbrush, what I recommend, get you some big brushes. Get you like a 2-inch brush for base coating, and then if you want to check out my big Hunchback video during the layering, I painted it mostly with sponges. Just like this type of stuff. This came out of an Infinity blister pack, or if you have even a kitchen sponge, or like leftover foam from an army case. Those all work really well for doing a whole bunch of very quick work, and you can layer it up. I think so. My inspiration for that was the way Guy painted his Titan armor panels. You get a lot of work done with a sponge. Yes. Anyhow. Yeah. Also, Slink, feel free, hop on the Discord and shoot me a message if you want any input on your process. We'd love to see it happen. It would be amazing. Okay, so that looks a little better. It's still like, I think we've just barely got this recon. No, ew, God. This paint was very in a bad shape. In a bad way? Was very in a bad way, is what I'm trying to say. It's still thick and goopy in spots. GW paint pots. Stop with the paint pots. Piping bags win. Cool, thanks for the info. Yeah, absolutely, my guy. I think that... I think any BattleTech fan should try painting some large-scale stuff at least once. It was really fun, and, like, you don't have to be so tight on your brush control. It's really, really awesome. Back to the vibes I'm after on this track. Very nice. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more water to our Wild Rider Red. We don't need much because we're about to just start edge highlighting. We're gonna edge our Grimlock. How old is the pot? It's ancient. It is not a new pot. That's GW gloopiness for you. Yeah, exactly. Give it a shot of medium. I hate those GW paint pots. I did buy the blue gemstone paint though, and it is kind of nice. I am really excited to try it out. It sucks that you know, no hate to GW's paints. I just think the pots are really bad. And I know I've said it before. Okay, my case for the pots. If you are a painter that doesn't worry about thinning and you follow the methods that they lay out with the whole you base it with the base, and then you layer it with the layer, and then you use like the technicals in the dry brush or the shades. If you're dipping right out of the pot and applying those, the pot's amazing. Especially for that little, like, they've got that little lip at the top that holds a little bit of paint that you can work out of. They're great. They're fantastic for that. But if you're painting like I do, and you're putting it out on a palette and you're thinning it and you're mixing it, they're a nightmare to work with. This is, to a painter like this, the dropper bottle is superior. To a casual painter who's just, you know, following their method and working out of the pot, ain't nothing wrong with their pots. With the caveat that it's really easy to knock over your washes. And that may be how I lost 80% of my Imperial Fist paint and have to buy a whole new one. You could do some sick freehand work on a large scale king crab. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. That little lip is great for pen washes when you're being really precise about your brush load. Yeah, exactly. Or if you need to, you know, be precise when you're doing the brain don't work good. Did I just have a stroke? I totally forgot what I was gonna say as I was saying it. Boy, that's good. That's... Maybe it's all that paint I ate coming back to bite me. Alright, so Grimlock getting a little bit of the red treatment here. Getting a little reddy, orangey, highlighting business going on here. Alright. I also just realized I probably shouldn't have jumped into this color yet before painting the black accents on our Jetfire. But that's fine. We'll do this edge highlight and then do the black details. Let's check our time mode clock. We're at 1 hour 51 minutes. We might actually edge these models to completion. Is one of your arms up? No. No. Precise loading, yes. Oh my god, precise loading, that's what the edging is for. Jeez. Edge the models for a precise loading in your grand finale. Fucking A. It's all that Canopian cat girl's fault. 100%. Hit that sticker with that sticky white, and ever since, the channel lives in the gutter. Proudly in the gutter. How was that pee? How was that popping a pee? Yeah, okay. It looks okay. I asked because I spit a little when I did it, and then I thought to look up at the levels on the audio meter. The best part about having a stroke is you can get a stranger without having to sit on your hand. That's awful. If only I could lift the dead hand. Oh my god. Slink says, I really like the Army Painter Speed Paint 2.0. Really nice for a quick paint job or decent base coat. I haven't tried the 2.0s yet. These were all done with a mixture of Army Painter Speed Paint 1.0 and contrast paints. I, too, am a fan of the Speed Paint stuff. I was not at all when they first came out. I was a big hater on them. I thought they made you lazy and were kind of like cheating. I was an elitist. I was a gatekeeper. And I have since changed that attitude. They are fantastic products that really help to boost your hobby experience by saving time and creating nice, fun effects. Big fan now, especially shooting them through an airbrush. They're incredible. It's like a totally different product when shooting through an airbrush. Ah, yes. Another Nate reminding us that the whole point of edging is to delay completion as long as possible. Wildcat? What are you talking about? Wildcat. Oh, it's Friday. We'll have to check the stats for the week after stream. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Those of y'all who don't know, every Friday after the stream, I post stats for top chatters and those who got sent to the naughty box by Nightbot. We'll see the rankings tonight. So, it's another reason, if you haven't come on over to the Discord yet, come hang out. We want you there. We want to see your hot models. Okay, Grimlock got a little bit of red. We're going to do some red on our Jetfire now. Am I out of frame? It is very hard to keep this in focus, y'all. Or not, I don't mean in focus. It's very hard to keep it in frame. I should make this big. Yes, just give it a little rub and it gets very big. How's that? How's that looking with the 65-degree field of view and zoomed all the way in? I do really appreciate that the 4K size footage lets us zoom in without losing too much image quality. It definitely doesn't look as noisy, I want to say, as it did before with just the 1080p. So it's kind of neat, Do you thin it before putting it in the airbrush? Nope, not at all. Contrast and speed paints, they are perfect. They shoot right out of it perfectly. In fact, my Hunchback, damn it, I'm just going to get it out again. I don't remember if I actually showed the footage for it in the video. But let's see if I can get this in the frame here. So the orange and the yellows and the reds here. Let me do a full screen preview. That's not really showing up great. This was base coated white, and then I just sprayed the colors over top of it, straight out of the airbrush. And it does like a really vibrant tinting in a translucent fashion. So this is sprayed red and then orange, then yellow, and then I did some brush work here with the yellow and then dry brushed various grays onto it. But it does a very, very beautiful job of tinting a model when sprayed out. You're going to get a solid color, of course. It's not going to give you the contrast effect anymore. But big recommend, if you haven't shot contrast paint out of an airbrush yet, yeah, try it. It's really, really good stuff. And again, if you want your own 1/48 scale mech, like foot tall, 12-inch hex, check out the offer, the gig over on fiverr.com. Those are no shit available, and I can print in a very large scale. It's possible I've been here all week, yeah. But you can. A lot less chance of reactivation and coffee staining with the airbrush, and the colors are so bright. Yeah, they really are. Depends on the airbrush. My battery-powered brush won't spray anything without thinning. Yeah. Vallejo airline works, but nothing thicker. Interesting. And I'm spraying out of I've got a Badger Patriot. It's an Arrow, 105 Arrow. I think the Patriot model refers to, one of the designations, either Patriot or Arrow, refers to that it's got this little tiny cup on it. But I spray out of this thing with an adapter. I had to put a well, I can't get that to come off. I had to put an adapter on it because it didn't mate to my hose correctly. But I'm just spraying out of a Badger using a Master brand compressor, like the cheap kind you could get at like Harbor Freight. Works perfectly fine. I definitely recommend investing in an airbrush if you ain't got one. They are worth it. They are well worth it. You know, the entry point can be a little expensive, especially if you go for a good airbrush, but just gonna go out there and say it's well worth dropping like $200 and getting in on it. Quick disconnect, yeah. I do use a quick disconnect. I guess there's a thread adapter on the other end of that quick connect that wouldn't come off. All right, let's edge our Jetfire. Get him really close, and then we'll put some of the black details on it and really make it pop. Here, these little things are going to get a little bit of our Wild Rider red, just a little bit here and there. The smaller ones we just painted entirely in that color. All right. Oops, can't hold on to things. I definitely recommend working on your models from a base instead of handling them like I've been doing. I was very negligent in getting a set of bases ready, and then like I get up, I start my day, I have my coffee, I go over to the computer and I dick around instead of like getting any meaningful work done towards improving the stuff or like finishing the design of the bases. You know, negligence. Those cheap compressors are all the same model from the same factory, market as 100 different. Yeah, exactly, and they're fine. They're like $50 for one. I wish I had gone with the one with the tank personally, but this one works fine. Nightbot claims that researchers have found that flossing your teeth can help your memory. Flossing prevents gum disease, which prevents stiff blood vessels, which can cause memory issues. That's a reach. Nightbot, that's an absolute reach. But at least it's a new fact this time around. Absolute reach on that one. The fuck are you talking about, Nightbot? Got a little spill over there. I'm a fan of a quick disconnect with a mag valve. I use double-sided tape and a stick to hold minis while I paint. I'm a fan of the good old classic, love the original OG Citadel paint handle. Good stuff. And this even holds mechs really well. Put my king crab on it. Holds them great. I just don't have a base on them at the moment. Good stuff. This will get painted at some point too. Maybe talking about a custom build. This is my king crab for the 43rd Artillery Lance of my 15th Artillery Guards? Yeah, 15th Artillery Guards. This is Commander Jill Bay's mech. It has an MRM 20, a shoulder turret with a binary laser cannon. She's got the LB-10X instead of the AC-20s, and then she's got leg-mounted. See if I can show them. She's got leg-mounted machine guns up underneath. Fun mech. I think I posted it in the Discord at some point. I have that handle, fantastic. $8 well spent. Yeah, I really, so I kind of made fun of people who used multiple paint handles when this was on the market. And now that I'm painting I guess professionally, technically, I wish I'd bought more, because their new paint handle, Boo Earns, is garbage. That little spindly bullshit, I don't understand what the hell they were thinking. Leave it to GW to make a shitty product and then sell it to their customer base. It's what I've come to expect. You could do the post like MechFrock does instead of on a base. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Of course, I really love working on the base, especially with Iron Wind metals, because you take the metal base and then you sculpt it onto the proxy models base. And then at the end, when you're doing the oil wash, the grime runs off the mech and goes down into the details on the base and kind of unifies everything. Yeah, shit. Love that grime. And speaking of, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, I'm thinking we're going to turn the end, maybe the last episode of working on these lads, into an all about oil wash stream. It's going to be really fun. It'll take a little setup. You got to use a little bit of that cooking show magic, having some stuff ready to go. You print out that loot handle yet? Nope, I have not. I bet you love working on the base. I do, man. All the way to the base. All right, I just got the low battery notification for my little stream display right here. So I'm gonna put us over on the BRB screen, and I'll be back in 30 seconds, something like that. I'm quick. BRB. I got this thing on too the whole time. You see? You see? You can hear my musings. I totally. I totally meant to do that. I totally didn't intentionally leave that on so you could hear the nonsense. It's not like every bit of this is calculated entertainment while I work. No, not at all. Anyhow, oh yeah, I did get something to drink. I live on Crystal Geyser sparkling spring water. Will it explode? It did not explode this time. Yes. Good stuff. Big recommend. Ice cold, bubbly water. No flavor. Don't give me none of that flavor. You see, if I have the flavored water, that ruins my palate for tasting the paint. I just want the hydration and the satisfaction of drinking something carbonated. Also, they're like $1.40 or something downstairs. So I just toss 2 in the cart every time I go downstairs. Which naturally occurring municipal water source do you think that comes from? Oh, shit, let's find out. Let's find out. Where does Crystal Geyser water come from? Where does it get its water from? They claim that it's from an underground aquifer. All right. Crystal Geyser claims to have 7 sources: Mount Shasta, California; Olancha, California; Norman, Arkansas; Salem, South Carolina; Benton, Tennessee; Johnstown, New York; and Moultonboro, New Hampshire. I think that's all just municipal water. I bet it is. Bet you it is. Every bit of it. All on a technicality that it technically comes from a natural source, so they can put that on their bottle. I don't mind paying for it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm consuming a lot of plastic bottles, but then again, like, let's see how many plastic bottles are right here. Where's my desk cam? Desk cam, go. How many bottles of water are we looking at here? No, I did the wrong thing. How many bottles right here? A lot. Many. I know where Moultonboro is. You're 50 miles from 2 of them. Yeah, exactly. Very surprising, actually, that Crystal Geyser has so many sources. I wonder, do they mix the water up, or like, do different batches in different areas have like slightly different flavors from like trace minerals and whatnot? I guess then again, the carbonized. What, my brain no good. Carbonation. It's not carbonized, it's carbonated. Yes, carbonated. That's it. God, I'm stupid, y'all. The carbonation process leaves it with like a bitterness to it anyways. Like a edge, a bitter edge to it. So I don't think you'd be able to taste any trace minerals anyways. Really good bubble water has a little bit of sodium in it to cut that off, to cut back on it, you know. Best bubble water by far, Mineragua, which is done by the Jarritos, I think is the name. The Mexican soda comes in the glass jar, glass bottle. Crystal Geyser Drain Tulare Lake, just for, yeah, drinking lake water. Good high quality lake water at that. How's the quality on that? Is that, am I losing frame rate because I got the desk cam on? Turn off the desk cam. Desk cam, goodbye. Preview scaling, scale the window, transition in. There we go. We go full screen projector. Pow. Maybe that's a little better. Could just be my internet making it not great. We did have that hiccup earlier, and I was in a panic. I thought that Comcast had throttled my service again. You know, because I dare to use my internet. How dare you utilize your upload speed? Water heavy, they ain't shipping that stuff far off, they can help it, yeah. Carbonate with 1,000 is tiny screams of terror, yes. Nightbot has delivered a repeat factoid. I'm not even going to bother reading it out. Get wrecked, Nightbot. Come out with something new. There's like 400 facts on that list. You shouldn't be repeating so many. Just add it to the list of shit that needs to get adjusted for the stream. Ooh, is this a new track we ain't heard yet? I think it is a new track. I ain't heard it, at least that I can remember. I like the feel. I'm definitely vibing on this one. Alright, let's keep on with the edging. Getting them so close. We're on the edge of that great big finish. Actually, nowhere near. I mean, you know, aside from edging jokes and all that. Made a little mistake here. Let's clean it out. Wipe it out. There we go. Don't need to be super clean with these. Just, you know, get it on there. Get it in the right spots. Accentuate the raised edges. Easy peasy. No lemon squeezy, because that would be wasteful of our lemon. Correct the mistakes as they happen. Make sure you eat a significant amount of the paint you're working with. Like 2%. 2% of the paint you're working with should definitely go into your gullet. Friday night Netflix. Yeah, exactly. Bet it's bottled and sold locally rather than mixed. Shipping water is expensive. Yeah, that makes sense to me, Sandhill. They ship the bubbles and add the water on site. Oh, like a truck full of bubbles, like tiny bubbles. Tobias in with a howdy. How is the edging going? Oh man, we are keeping it rolling, edging this project all the way with no big finish in sight yet. Just gotta hold our nerve and not lose our cool and keep the delicate motions delicate. Don't want to get sloppy and get our paint everywhere. It's too good. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? You get, you know, cause penis. Fucking hell, dude. Yes, we're doing lots of edge work here. We're actually almost done with the red layer here, and I think the next step is going to be a little bit of orange, and we'll just tickle the tips with that to really accentuate and bring out that edge work. It don't have to be perfect. Just them raised edges. Okay, yeah, let's go back to, I think I'm going to put a little bit more of our, blood red here. Bring that out a bit more on the chest, because I want to put a little bit of the edging color on this. Yes, yes. That's looking pretty good. And then you need red in the center of your chest. So let's put a little bit of goop there. Right on the chest. Okay. And then I think Bumblebee is supposed to have one on like the forehead. So we're just going to put a little bit right here and sell the idea of the symbol. I mean, that's the best we can do. The gratification is such a delay. We're nearly there. No, you gotta slow it down. Can't pop yet. Country Fried Mini's Edging Pro. Yes. You just broke Pornhub's user agreements with that brush lick. Man. But see, I have so many brushes to lick. Y'all don't even know. I have so many to lick. Fucking A. I hate that this has become a thing. Let me just be completely honest. I had no idea what a compulsive brush licker I was. But I am indeed a compulsive brush licker. Can't help it. It works. It absolutely works. This one is gunked up. It needs to be cleaned. I think that big one is also a little gunked up. Let's clean up this large lab. Dip it in our fluids. Yeah, that's gnarly. Look at all that dirtiness. I noticed these brushes were dirty and needed to be cleaned. Based on the feel of them on my tongue. Not even the flavor. Just the feel. As they tickled the tip of my tongue that was tickling their tip. Shit, am I riding that line too hard, y'all? Do I need to change my streams to 18 plus? Is it there? I don't think so. I think it could easily go there, though. You know, a little too much Onilab, a little too much innuendo, and a little bit too much gossamer white fluids. Just finally saw the end result of your Mega Mech game from earlier, Atlas Strong. Yes, I played a match. It was a Battle Master, a Awesome, a Highlander, and an Atlas. Atlas got knocked out. Turn 3, spent, I don't know, like 10 turns unconscious with enemy mech shooting at it. Atlas lived. Atlas stood back up, started killing people. Atlas indeed strong. If anything, Atlas is maybe a little undergunned because it's focused on armor, but kind of cool mech. Well deserving of respect. Okay. What's the next step here? Where am I? Who am I? Ah, yes. We'll take a moment and try out the white ink wash and try to rim Optimus's little symbol there. And it don't want to focus at all, does it? Come on. Come on, camera. I would like to focus. Alright, I put that ink up somewhere. There it is. Here we go. We get out our Liquitex white ink. And I think I actually need it a little thinner than normal. So we'll find a spot that is... I almost put that in some blue. Let's try right here. And get that on there. Nice nose pick. Should have gone for the goal. No, my nose was itching. It wasn't actually a booger. You got to look for the boogers. If it's a booger, I'll like kind of motion over here and like it'll end up in a paper towel and tossed in the garbage. I don't eat boogers. That's gross. But somehow licking paintbrushes isn't. Yeah. I wonder if that's some kind of weird double standard. Alright, so we mixed up some white ink. Nightbot. Oh yeah, sometimes I even amaze myself. Look, why ain't it stopping you? How many symbols is that? Nightbot absolutely should have put you on timeout for that. That's 2. That's 2 in the naughty corner this week. Don't know, dude. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't get the standards. Nightbot has some like hidden MMR or whatever for what it determines to be in violation of the code of the Country Fried Minis chat. All right, so we got a little bit of white ink, and we're just gonna try hit this with some white ink, just straight up. Brush it right over top. Oh my god, the reactivation. Alright, reactivation's a problem. Right here. Okay. Alright, reactivation just became a huge problem for me in this moment. First time it's been an issue for me. So I think what I gotta do, we're going to put a little bit more of the red right back over top. And we got to let this dry. And then I'm going to brush on some varnish over that symbol before we attempt this again. Because that reactivation instantly turned all that white ink pink. It's too wet. It's too wet for the red. Three, Iron Elemental got bopped too. Oh, yes. Double standard, no. Weird, yes. Aha. I'm okay being weird. I like being weird. Good place to be. If you're normal, that's weird. Embrace your weird, y'all. The full name of the famous Chuck E. Cheese's mouse is Charles Entertainment. Yeah, duh, it's Chuck. Good Lord. Not even good facts. Okay, so instead of doing the whitewash, let's get back out our Wild Rider red and a little bit of this here. Fire Dragon Bright. We're gonna put some out. Put out some Fire Dragon Bright. Also, how y'all liking the zoomed in? Is that too much? Should I come out some? Is that like readable for y'all? Can you see what's going on and all that stuff? I could maybe pull it out like 20% and it still work. Nate says matte varnish it with the airbrush. It will get varnished eventually, but at this moment, I think hitting it with the airbrush is too much. We're gonna want to do a little bit of brush on instead. I'm gonna try to come out 20%. I think it's a little too zoomed in. What about a 90-degree field of view with that zoom level? How's that? It might be a little better. We'll see. It's hard to dial it into a nice, comfortable level. Somewhere where you can see what's going on, but also like see the palette and all that. Nah, zoom level good. Okay. All right. I'll pull it back. You think it's nice to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna mix in a little bit of our Wild Rider Red. If I recall, the Fire Dragon Bright was too bright on the edges, so we did a 50-50 mix. Should have had desk cam on for that. Kind of the whole point of desk cam was so y'all could see that I'm not just eating the paint, but I'm also cleaning the brush and water. You're on my naughty list. Yeah, okay. So Nightbot doesn't count the YouTube stickers, only keyboard emojis. Oh, that makes a lot of sense because Nightbot is not a YouTube program. And if you're putting Stream Elements chat readout on a screen, it doesn't actually pick up the YouTube emojis. So excellent. Thank you for the testing. Yes, test away. For testing the boundaries is the only way we learn. All right. Okay. Just for you, Nate. Let's pull it back in. Let's pull it back in. I don't know about if it's coming through on the stream there, but my nose is itching like nobody's business today. I don't know what the hell's wrong. I promise I'm not picking my nose and putting boogers on stuff. Maybe just a little bit of boogers on stuff. All right. So once again, we're taking our Fire Dragon Bright mixture and we're picking spots that kind of look like, you know, a nice sharp edge that would get a little extra, a little bit of extra. Especially like where we have a juncture where two sharp edges kind of meet up. Those get a little love. Just hit them up. A little bit right here. This music reminds me of Puppet Sun Sun. For those of you who know, you know. We're edging Nightbot. Yes. Lewd. That is a little lewd. Cherries and eggplants and peaches. Oh my. Do I see a hot dog holder in there too? And a sausage? That is a little lewd. I'm just gonna go out there and say it's a little lewd. Just a little bit. We all know what you mean by eggplant, peach, hot dog, cherry. Water droplets. No water droplets tonight. We're edging. Hot dog and eggplant all you want, but no droplets. No. That's reserved for future moments. Soon. as soon as Titania gets released. Then we can let it fly. Fucking stupid. So dumb. Oh, I love how stupid this hobby corner has become. The childish jokes. Yes. Yes. Big fan. Okay. Doing little bits of the old second layer highlight stuff, hitting junctures, hitting the upwards facing edges, edging the edges, not rimming. That was last week, something like that. What if I scream with that? The wrench of power, yes. They were the lewdest foods I could find without doing any work, and ended with blue orbs. The blue orbs didn't come through though, or at least chat here just shows null boxes for me. I'm looking at this through the YouTube app on my little phone screen. I've got a BlackBerry Key 1 mounted to the wall so that I can keep up with chat and not have to lose any bandwidth to monitoring chat. Because I'm actually streaming via Wi-Fi on this computer that's in the corner. Just running an extra Ethernet cable across the room is really not an option. I suppose I could track one across the ceiling, but that would be really ugly. And there is a certain aesthetic to my apartment. I do have art on the walls here. Heck, over by my computer, I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it in there? I got a big ass print of luncheon of the boating party, by who's it? Matisse. Who did that painting? Shit, I can't remember now. I think it's Matisse. I got like, let's see. That picture that's over my lamp back there, that one's super classic. That's a map of Skyrim, y'all. It's supposed to be blueberry. Ah, yes. You edge long enough, you'll get blue. Yes. Yes. Get them. Get them blue orbs. Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. Haha. Penis joke here. All right. We're making some progress, but yeah, I mean that looks all right. Let's do a little bit on these inside bits. Yep, on the inner edges, and then I think our Grimlock symbol should be dried enough to start putting a little bit of edge work on that as well. And this one's kind of going to be, we're almost hitting the whole thing with the Wild Rider red. We're leaving like between here and there in the original red. And then we'll do the bottom layer with the Wild Rider red. Alright, let's see if we can't do a little detail work without getting it in the crevices. Very easy to overdo this. It's a delicate operation. And like, it's very easy to go a little too far while you're edging, and lose control and get your fluids into gaps where you don't need them. So by keeping tight control, we can get a nice clean result without making a mess of the situation. That'll, you know, minimize the amount of cleanup we have to do afterwards too. Alright, let's do another one. Whoa, the detail on that one's really, really tiny. I think we actually need to hit this with another layer of that foundational blood red and then let it sit for a bit. Renoir, thank you. Thank you, yes. I don't know why I should be able to remember that after so much art history. The wrestler or the singer. Get my fluids in the gaps. Yes. Yes. Oh, Sting. Oh, wait. Whoa. When I repainted my kitchen, I edged for like 4 hours. That's my current oh my god, it's so good. Yes. It's funny because penis, you know. Just in case you missed that. Oh, fucking A. What has this channel become, y'all? What has happened with Country Fried? Wholesome Country Fried Minis, yes. Sting, the wrestler. No, the singer. The wrestler's all about the finishing moves. I'd argue that the singer's all about the finish too. Nightbot claims that 4 Nile crocodiles have been found in Florida. They are the second largest crocodile and are more dangerous than the native crocodiles and alligators in Florida. Are there native crocodiles in Florida? I thought the alligator was the uniquely American crocodilian. All right, let me bust out a little bit of this stuff. I want to show this off. This one's for you, Jason. We were talking a little bit about the matte UV varnish in chat, and I mentioned that you can brush this stuff on. And I want to use a little bit of this to seal the symbol. Sting is a practitioner of tantric sex. Yes, that is. I'm so happy he can't stop crying. Shit, where can I even put this thing? I have a brush specifically for this. This one will work, I think. So this stuff, it brushes on just fine. The concern that you'd have if you get going too rough with it, you can end up getting, you can introduce bubbles into it, and like those little bubbles right there, those will stay in the finish. So you want to avoid that. But I can just take this varnish and brush it right on. You can even go pretty thick with it. And then I'm just going to let that chill out. Put a nice wet coat all over that Autobot symbol. And that should help me avoid the reactivation once this dries. So we're going to set that over there. Clean it out. Take my Saladin card and put it over there. Where were we? We just did the red. We just did the Wild Rider red. And I actually see that stuff tastes really bad. I licked the wrong brush. See a little spot I need to fix right here. And then clean it. Get it off that yellow. There we go. Okay, we've got the red here. We got the Wild Rider red there. I put a little bit on the chest, and it looks like it's just about ready. So I think we're going to get out our... which is my sharpest brush? This 20-0. There is an American crocodile as well. You know how you could tell nerds invented outer space? Literally everything is sex puns. Ah, yes. Uranus. Yes, anyhow. We're going to try to edge our Autobot symbol here, which is very, very tiny. Just got to be very precise about touching this little beam. It's quite sensitive to rough handling. And the details are very soft, so we take our time and explore all the contours very carefully, else we'll make a mess of the surface. What the hell am I hearing? Is it my 3D printer? Yes. I'm hearing the creaking of my FDM wheel unspooling over there. I thought my chair was breaking underneath me. I was about to panic. Because it'd be the third chair I've killed. I got very fat over holidays, y'all. Over COVID, actually. Oh, card reminds, how did the metallic side-by-side turn out? Yes. Let's see how it turned out. Okay. Side-by-side here, let's clean up this. Let's get rid of that so it's not influencing your viewing capacity. Alright. Let me get a full screen here. Let's do a full screen. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Come on, Meow. Come on, Meow. Give me a little more focus, brother. Just a bit more. A little bit more focus. I don't want to focus. Whoop, there we go. Alright, so on the left there, you can see the coverage isn't as great. That is our folk art sterling silver. You can see by the reflection, it is basically exactly the same color as the Vallejo metal colored duraluminum. Let's see if I can't get it to focus up close. You gonna focus? Is it too much for you, brother? Whoop. I don't know if you can really tell here because I do have the sharpness really cranked up, but the mica size is definitely noticeable here. I can see some flake in that, and I can't really see the flake in here. And I can, well, no. They have about the same surface quality. So, folk art, good substitute for duraluminum. Good stuff. Very close. Very, very, very close. Alright. So, now that we got a little bit of the Wild Rider red onto our little chest here, I'm going to try to accentuate the tips a little more. Come on, focus for me, brother. Why are you struggling so much there? Damn, dude. It don't know what to make of that at all. What if I go lower? Yeah, it likes it a little lower. Alright, and we're just gonna tickle the little tippies. Little tippies right here. Just a feather touch. A little bit there. And there, and there. And there, and there. And that's it. That's all it takes. Let's cut back over to Grimlock. Get out our Wild Rider Red Fire Dragon Bright mixture. And we're going to hit these corners. And we're going to hit the upward facing edges of our Autobot symbol. So tips of the horn things, top of the nose, top of the cheeks, the sharpest part on the sides, and the little chin. And then we want to put some on the vertices of our polygonal container. Okay, that looks all right. Got a little bit of color variation on it. It'll stand out nicely on the tabletop. Where are we sitting at time-wise? I want to try to do this whitewash on Optimus before we hit the edge. We're 2 hours 49 minutes. It looks like our varnish is basically dry. Yes, I think it is dry. So let's go full screen preview again. Move the palette. Move the palette. Move the palette. Takes ages. I apologize. The delay between like you catching the moment and then typing and then me looking up and seeing the chat and then responding, yeah, there's a delay. Okay. But see, now I need the palette to show you all this thing again. We're going to take our 2 brush. We're going to mix up our white. Because one thing I've noticed about the Liquitex white ink is it does kind of, it precipitates out. It separates. VMC uses aluminum powder, not mica. I have a bucket of rad chrome UV printing ink I'd like to experiment with. Yeah, get you some swatches. Just pick you some cards and check it out. This is the way. All right, here we go. Vibing for sure. I like it. Let's try our whitewash and see how it goes. Yeah, look at that. Nice thin white mixture sucking right down into the recesses. Okay, well, we got it there. I'm going to take a thin brush and start cleaning it off. You know what? No, not at all. I'm not going to clean it off. I'm going to put more on it even. No. It went pink again. Why? Why are you so problematic, brother? I guess the varnish wasn't completely cured. Shit fire. I fucked up by mucking with it. God damn it. That's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I know what happened. I rubbed the pink up here outside of where the varnish was and then mixed a bunch of pink into it. Now I gotta repaint the whole fucking thing. Let it dry. Repaint it here in a moment. That nose pick was for y'all's pleasure. Where are we sitting at time-wise? We're at 2 hours, 52 minutes. What could I do in the meantime? What could I do in the meantime? What could we do inside of 8 minutes? I mean, I know what we could do inside of 8 minutes, but, you know, that's defeats the point of edging. I think what we're going to do now, before we call this, is to go over to back to the 3D printing references, and we're going to pull up our cockpit reference for Mr. Optimus Kong. Yes, we want to get that like icy blue type color. That's what we're going to do before we can call it. Okay, hold on. I missed a bunch of chat. A whole gallon, yes. Much like your compulsive brush licking, whenever I hear this is the way, I have to respond. Yeah, exactly. Nightbot claims that 30 of the first 31 popes were murdered. Most of them were martyred, but not all causes their deaths are known. Yes, facts. You might just have to do the white on layers. I think my technique is sound. I just fucked up and brushed outside the bounds of it. What's going to have to happen here is not sure. I'll think about it. I can hear some mouse smashing pre-trimmers. Yes. 8. I can beat 0.5. What? I'm lost. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue with the theme of our turquoise. We're going to put turquoise as the foundational color on our windscreens here. All right, let's get a little bit of water, mix in some of the turquoise. We're just going to coat these entirely with turquoise first. Nice little foundational bit of color. I like this chill track right now. It's bringing me down from my rage. No, I'm not all that mad. I'm just disappointed that it didn't work. Okay. So we're gonna starting with turquoise. Starting with the turquoise, and this is gonna be our shadow color. Make sure not to fuck it up. Oh. Tastes really bad. Really bad, y'all. Really, really bad. Yuck. Apple Barrel has a bitter poison flavor to it. Does not taste good. Am I gonna have to do a rank list, like a rank episode of ranking the flavors of paints? Could be one of those like mini show episode thingy bobs. All right, so we got our turquoise down. FW red inks line up pretty well with the speed paint colors that could still use to do some cleanup. Man, I need to get some more FWs. 8 minutes, I could beat 30 seconds. Can you make the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs? I mean, I do like that they retconned the whole thing in Solo where he like did the shortcut. I like it. I'm a fan. Gotta admit. Actually, I'm gonna go on record and say that Solo was the new Star Wars movie that we were looking for. And the one before that was also a good one. What was it called? Rogue One? That one was really good. I liked those. I did not like the new trilogy. I thought they were, I think they played it a little too safe and didn't do experimental stuff. All right, so I should be mixing this where y'all can see it. for one. We're mixing in, this is what's left of our, I'm still not in the shot. This is the white and blue mixture. And then this is where we mix the white into the blue. This is blue into white, and this is white into blue. We're gonna come in, and we're gonna start working this stuff in on the bottom like so. Yep, just like so. And then we're gonna go back to our original turquoise. We're gonna put some at the middle. I started to say the top, but I think we wanna get like that mid-tone there. And then we're gonna take a little bit of the turquoise again. We're gonna work it in the top, in the very tippy top. Tippy top. There we go. All right, we'll go back to our new color. We'll mix it towards the bottom, and then feather it in. Vibing on this track too. Now we'll take our brightest white blue. I'm going to put it towards the very, very bottom. Like so. And then kind of work it up a little bit. Like a that. Feather the edge. Work it into the color. Get that like that bright white look. Paint sommelier, paint sommelier. Do a paint tasting videos. You were tasting wine. So yeah, I think it'll be really fun. It'll be one of those like the in between shots, silly like VHS things I've been doing on the videos recently. All right. Yes. So it's a good movie. It's on production problems. Yeah, exactly. There I'm playing 4D Troll Chess again. I don't know what you're talking about. Contrived. The new. Call the new trilogy contrived and a little redundant. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, Nathan. I got you, my man. These youngsters just aren't worldly like us geezers. At Nathan, good thing your brother's a bit short for a wiki. What? Walter Hunt. Nightbot back through saying Walter Hunt, a man from America, invented the safety pin back in 1849. Cool. Good for Walter Hunt. Ask me if I care. Okay. So we want to get that like that bar reflection kind of look. So we're going to take our white ink and try to do a very thin line as best we can manage right here, and then another one coming down right next to it. Yep. And we actually want to thicken that first one up a little bit too. I'm trying not to bump the camera either, y'all. So we're just gonna, this is the Liquitex white ink, which is very thin. And we'll take a couple coats to get the full opacity we're after, which is an effect we want right here. That way we can correct mistakes as we go. And then we need to do the same effect on the one next to it. And try to match the angle as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be damn close. Okay, we're going to put another little one next to it. Hope that's in focus decently too, y'all. I apologize if it's not. I'm not looking up to check it. There we go. Another dip, and we're going to widen the first one. And it's funny because this is a distinctly different look from cockpit jeweling or lens jeweling. Oh fuck, I botched that a little bit. So we're gonna grab our turquoise paint and then fix right in between, right here. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know about y'all, but I am happy with it. Full screen preview. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I think we even need to put a little bit. Let's make a very, very light, extremely light blue right here, and then work a little into the corner. Just a little bit. Little bit of that. And then same deal in the other one. Just a little tiny bit. And then feather it out. Looking pretty good, I think. I think it looks damn fine. And of course the sharpness is just blowing that away. It's not, you know, it's not so deep fried. Come on, focus friend. Focus friendo. There we go. All right. I know I've been ignoring chat. I apologize. I'm not trying to. Let me catch up. You like the dick finger short? That was good. That was good. Dick finger. The hard plastic tips on shoelaces are called aglets. My facts are equally unimportant. Focus okay, but the camera's more interested in the back of your thumb. Okay. All right. We're about to call this chat. We're about to call this stream, I mean. So before we do, let's do a little bonus CFOF content. Since you said back of thumb, and I'm very triggered by it, let's focus on the back of the thumb. All right. So we got a little bit of brown, a little bit of flesh, and let's see y'all continue to edge when you got this masterpiece happening. Do one of these, take a little bit of this and work that in. Yeah. And then we'll do a little wet blending. Yes, yes. This is what the channel has become. This is what you want. You know it's what you want. You can't help yourself. Take a little bit more. Yeah, you know. Let me take a little bit of this. Oh. There you go. That's just for y'all. Anyhow, I've had a ton of fun tonight. We got some serious work done tonight. About to go into the next episode. I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow. I might. No, I'm not. I'm not streaming tomorrow. That's right, because we are watching Transformies. We're watching Transformers tomorrow at the stream time in the Discord. Come join the Discord. We'll watch Transformers 6 p.m. PST. Taking the day off. I might do a little painting nonetheless. Sunday, we're definitely streaming. Whether it's more Transformers or a workflow session, I don't know yet. It'll be one or the other. So yeah, this has been fun tonight. Y'all have been a really, really great crowd. Tolerating my stupid jokes. Zach P says that glass looks great. Yes, I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna do my best to make them look like the artwork as much as I can. He'd be wet blending. Tobias, hey, chill out. Stop spamming symbols. Yes, yes, yes. I'll post the leaderboards as soon as I get up and head over there. I'll post the leaderboards for the chat. Another Nate is there. Ooh, oh yes. Jason says Transformers tomorrow. Yes, thank you. Transformers tomorrow instead of stream. Hang out in the Discord. Come on by. Let's watch a fun film. As always, like, thank y'all so much for stopping by. I'm really just utterly amazed that y'all find this fun and keep stopping by. I love it. It's, it's really making this streaming experience for me. If any of y'all out there are catching this via the algorithm and want to consider supporting the channel, there's a few avenues. You can support us on Patreon. You can join up as a channel member for as little as $1 a month and have access to a fun little badge next to your name and biscuit-based emojis. The biggest thing you could do is, like and sub and comment and all that stuff. It helps the algorithmic push and it gets out to other people and we can grow the community. I love the idea of bringing more to the fold to share their country fried nonsense and their love of battletech and penis jokes and, whatever strikes their fancy. As always, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis. This is the Bullshit Corner 2.0. It's tons of fun to hang out here. I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting. And as always, to know that your participation in this nonsense and these fun moments makes me very happy while I'm painting. Thank you so much for stopping through. Especially with these streams being like bam, 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 back to back to back. In any case, that's all I got for this evening. I'm gonna go wash this dick off my hands and then join y'all in the chat. Take it easy, y'all. See you around next time. Bye-bye.